Uh, uh.
Wait, wait, wait. Was everyone without a sound or just you?
That's a good point.
Uh,
I can hear dead people.
I've been good, man. I haven't really been playing too much because I've been doing some work stuff. I've been working a little extra, doing some training, but I did get a chance to play. I picked up I think the new Need for whatever the latest Need for Speed was like $20 on the PlayStation Store, so I grabbed that and was playing it, and played Zelda earlier this week, but I haven't had a chance to play it again because I've been working too much. But so yeah, not too heavy on the week, but excited for the topic. So we'll get it going.
I've been playing Octopath so far on my PS5. I decided to go over and figure out something else to play since I couldn't find anything else to play after Jedi Survivor. And so I've been playing Octopath, and that's really been it. After I finished Jedi Survivor, that was it. I tried everything, and nothing compared to Jedi Survivor. No, thank you. Yeah, I know. I keep hearing that.
Boom Kaboom is back in the room. What have I been playing? Finished off a little game called Ravenlock on Game Pass over the Xbox. Fantastic little game. I suggest people go try it out. It isn't overly difficult, but it certainly is a nice little adventure. And like I said, I think it's a little diamond in the rough, little gem of a game there. Cocoa Cucumber. What else have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of Redfall. Had a great community game night this past weekend with some Titanfall 2. Haven't done that in a long time. Those who missed out big time because we had an absolute blast. And we look forward to doing that again soon. And yeah, trying to get back on the PlayStation here pretty soon. I got a lot of the backlog is huge. Thinking about actually restarting and going through Days Gone because I never did get to complete it, and it's a crying shame. So looking forward to getting back into that. Probably will stream it from start to finish if all goes well. And that's about it for me. Yeah.
Rhetri. It's like retry, but Rhetri. It's a play on retry. So.
They seem guess that we don't even know how to pronounce the name. Who are you?
Dude, everybody gets it wrong. Even my co-host got it wrong our first episode. So don't worry about it. Literally, everybody gets it wrong.
Imagine to this day he doesn't pronounce it.
Check. Yeah, they say they weren't getting me before, but they could hear someone breathing. So I think someone's eating the mic. You see that? Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'll send you some food.
So sorry.
Eating his mic.
Good. For me, I've been playing a little bit of Jedi Survivor. I started getting back into it because Bushido and Umbra have just been telling me it's the best game ever. But I have an issue with Fortnite. I kind of got back into that because they had the whole Star Wars thing going on right now, and that's going to end soon. I've been playing Redfall, the worst game on planet Earth, but I don't care. Unapologetically, I love that game. Diablo 4, of course, is what's on the screen right now. I played the shit out of that for the third time in a row. And I did finish Ravenlock too. That's a pretty game. I liked it. I think it's enjoyable and it's nice and short. So I needed something to kind of just blast through, get away from all these like shoot 'em up games and all these serious games. I need something kind of like a palate cleanser game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I've been playing. All those games. So good times. Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Gotcha. Hmm.
Say I'm
Fair enough. Go on, Bushido. Everybody just cares about him. I don't know why, but yeah.
Let me try and see what's going on. See if I could see what's to see.
okay.
I
Now
have a
I'm
ton of
not
issues with
muted.
Bluetooth as
I
well
am
on
back.
mine. So
Oh, now you're not muted. There you go. Okay.
I don't see. This got to be Windows because my mic was working just fine as I introduced everybody, and then all of a sudden the little bar on OBS stopped working, and yeah,
Hmm.
I had to go
I
back
can hear
in,
you.
and my mic was set to default again. But yeah, I played Ravenlock until I got dropped into the fantasy world in the barn, and I stopped that SummerSlam. Got the world event, got level 20 again, so I've got all the items for the launch that I haven't pre-ordered, so I'll be playing on June 2nd. And see, what else did I play? Oh yeah,
Same here.
that game that I love called Redfall. That's right. Hate me if you want to. I don't care.
do you really love it? Or are you kidding right now?
No, I really like it.
Oh, good for
It's
you.
actually quite fun.
Yeah, a couple of my buddies have been playing on PC, and they said that their PC issues are very, very minimal. It's the
Rhetri,
console.
I'm not
guy.
having that experience.
Really?
I made a
few
video
guys.
about. Oh yeah, I'm having a ton of
It's a
issues on
few
PC.
guys that we know that have been playing this game religiously. Like
Mm-hmm.
every time I look, there's like 8 guys I know at least that play Redfall on a regular basis every day.
Yeah, I was doing that pretty much every day for a while. I did take a break to step away from it for a little bit because Diablo happened and that screwed everything up, and Ravenlock. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I know it's a shit game, but I can't. I don't know why I can't stop playing it. I don't know. It's a lot of fun with with having a group together. You know what I mean?
It is
Like
but
solo.
What I don't
Okay,
like though,
but
what I don't like is when you're with a group, the battles don't really last that long because everybody
No.
you take them out real quick. But if you play by yourself, then yeah, you've really got to use your strategy and okay, I'm gonna take out the friendlies or the followers, and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
swing
the cult
to,
guys.
yeah, the cult guys, and then I'm gonna swing to the side and kind of snipe one of these vampires and have him coming at me. Almost said zombies. Yeah, a lot of Dead Island 2 these days.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, it's going to Diablo 4 is going to consume me until Starfield. Yeah, pretty much. It's gonna be scary. First
Yeah,
topic.
I'm probably with you on that one. Go for it.
First topic. Have you all watched the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you haven't watched it yet, there's a link in the podcast topics section. I don't know. I mean, are we rebooting the whole series now by calling it a 1?
I don't think we are. I think people are mistaken on that actually.
No, like,
Because if you know the story, it's actually it makes sense.
Yeah. No, like that there is in the trailer you can definitely see that it's going to be a sequel because like
Hey,
okay,
Fabio,
I'm so afraid to
Fabio,
talk
your
about
I think your
like,
mic is feedback.
sorry, like I'm afraid to talk about any spoilers, but can I say it? Can I talk about it? Or should I just keep it to
What
myself?
the spoil, like the time travel thing?
No, about the Liu Kang fusion becoming a god thing.
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about because
Yeah,
that's basically the reset. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
whatever. I think it's been long enough.
I mean, like the godlike character that you see there, that's Liu Kang fused with. I forgot. I definitely forgot his name now.
Man,
Raiden.
you fix somebody else to pick it up for your
Sorry,
Oh,
my bad.
no,
Bobby should have been alert enough to catch that for you though, but Bobby was asleep, so
I wasn't sleeping. I was trying to get my issues worked out. I mean, goodness. Noof, you a Mortal Kombat fan? You a fighting game fan? You like to kick some ass?
Yes, I am a fighting game fan. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. It is my preferred fighter versus like Street Fighter, for example. But I'm not a diehard. Like for me, it's like I really enjoyed 11. 11 was the first Mortal Kombat that I actually went out and bought full price for the first time in a very long time that I bought a fighting game. They're not the kind of games I normally gravitate to. I don't play them very often. I'm not very good at them either. So it's one of those things. I do like it. This trailer looked cool, but at the same time, like I said, it's just kind of like Mortal Kombat 1. Like what is going on here kind of a deal. I didn't like the look of my favorite ninjas, the Sub-Zero and
Scorpion.
Scorpion. They had like their tunic or whatever the fuck off their head, and now they got the man bun shit going. Um, you know, I don't know. Otherwise, like I said, it's just to me, it's like, yeah, it looks cool, but it's all CGI shit. I want to see the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see just this fucking CGI shit we've seen time and time again. I want to see some actual gameplay, and I want to know more about it. I'm interested, but to me, I'll just say it's probably one of those games I'll just buy like when it's on sale or something like that. Plus, I'm so tired of getting burned with Mortal Kombat. Like they'll bring out the version, and then like 6 months later, you got like the Ultimate Edition with all the shit packed in for half the price. And here you are, you go up and pay $80, $90. You only get a fraction of the characters, and then they friggin' jip you on everything else. Like I said, and then if you're willing to wait, you get the whole friggin' game for half the price with everything included. It's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that.
I admire Mortal Kombat, and but I suck at it. So one of those guys. I'll watch the movies and I'll watch other people play it, but I'm just so bad at it. And as a kid, I really liked Mortal Kombat, but even as a kid, I was really bad at it. I think I beat Goro once. Yeah, it was sad.
from the very beginning.
What, you were a badass from the very beginning?
No. I was horrible at it.
He's like, no. Let me clarify.
Yeah, the opposite of that. Yeah, the opposite of that. I was terrible, man. I'm not a fan. I don't like the. Well, I don't know about now, but I didn't like how stiff the game felt. And I'm used to Street Fighter and Tekken. Tekken is really my jam right there. That I'll wear somebody out. But in Street Fighter, I'm good. I'm just good. But in Mortal Kombat, even Injustice, I like Injustice, but it's just a reskin of Mortal Kombat, and I liked it just because it's the superhero DC superheroes. But it was this, it felt the same, but I liked it though. It's funny. I'm weird like that. Like I don't like violence for violence sake. Some people, anything gore, and it's all right in its place for me, but I don't need it gratuitously like all the time. I don't need it. And so I'm watching the trailer and I'm like, yo, dude got his head stomped in. Like that's cool for that. But like the more I keep seeing it, like dude got ripped in half and everything, I was like, all right, this just ain't for me. I'm just not into that type of stuff. I don't know, but I go around shooting people in Mortal Kombat and COD, right?
Yeah. It was, the fighting was never really like that. Yes, it was kind of bloody, but the gore was really just the finishers, and not everybody know how to do them. And it's a caveat. Mayhem Games. I'm still not gonna get used to that. I'm just gonna call you Power Man 4K 30 frames. How's that,
30 frames?
sir? You a Mortal Kombat fan? I know we don't get on the topic of fighting games very often, so as far as the panel goes, I'm a little lost on this subject as to your likes and dislikes.
I bought every Mortal Kombat that's ever released. Honestly, I think that starting back on the Sega Genesis, I started on the Sega because they had the blood, and I wanted the blood back in the day, and I was hooked on Mortal Kombat basically from that. But yeah, I've played all fighting games. Honestly, back in the day, Soul Calibur was like one of my favorites. I was a big Soul Calibur, but I love Mortal Kombat now. I like the fact that it typically has like a a pretty fleshed out story. It's like it's a nice little like 8 to 12 hour, campaign with some characters in it. You know what I mean? And this one looks cool. Like I said, it does make sense with the ending of the last Mortal Kombat. So it looks cool. I'm just excited for any next generation game. I'm excited to see how they're going to be running, and how they're going to compare to something like, Mortal Kombat 11 looked really good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see like what more they could do on top of that. So, I'm a big Ed Boon fan. I think he's a cool dude. And NetherRealm just puts out some really good quality titles. You know what I mean? So, it's a day one purchase for me. I know that game's going to come out polished. I know it's going to work. To a good job of exciting people on the DLC character. You know what I mean? I used to love, like, I got Mortal Kombat 11 for Spawn. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to play a Spawn, and I loved it when they did like the like the Terminator and like the Xenomorph and all the different like horror movie characters, and they do a good job with the guest characters. So I'm excited to see what they put in there.
Yeah, what? God, I can see the nasty comments now. One of my favorite fighting games was Primal Rage. I really liked that dinosaur game because it was different.
I tell you what was an underrated fighting game was Bloody Roar. Did you guys ever play that one? Bloody Roar was awesome. Like you could turn.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
that's
that was like that.
Game.
That was PlayStation 1, bro. Yeah, you could. So you had characters. Yeah, it was PS1. I'm 95%. I'm
no. I agree. I remember the game. I'm just surprised that Bobby didn't remember Rhetri. Wow.
Yeah,
I don't remember
that was
all.
I played that as a kid, man. Yeah, so you had each character, basically like their personality or whatever their style kind of matched the animal. You had a couple guys that were tigers and a wolf, and there was this, weird looking dude who was a chameleon, and they had like their human form, and they kind of fought like Tekken. And then
I'm looking it up now.
It reminded me more of Virtual Fighter. I think.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. More like Virtual Fighter. And then they had like an animal form that they kind of morphed into, like think like man form, but with animal characteristics. And their fighting style changed and all that kind of stuff. It like I said, it's old. Obviously, it probably has aged horribly at this point, but. I loved that game. I played that game so hard on the PlayStation back in the day. So I love that style of game. I guess I kind of like Virtual Fighter too, but So yeah,
I didn't know they had 4. Like, I did not know there were 4. I know there was 2, but I played the 4 of them.
I played the first 2. I didn't pay any attention to the last ones, but. It was a cool premise, you know what I mean? Like having an animal, like a
drops them every year too. That might have been one of the reasons why it. Well, I don't know how it sold, but it started in '97, then '99. That's 2 years, of course. But then after that, it was 2000, 2002, 2003, and then 2003. It's like 2 games dropped in 2003.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty crazy. But I like I said, the whole time that I was back then, I was playing Mortal Kombat's like all the way back on. I even played you guys remember that Mortal Kombat that was like a story game with Sub-Zero, and it was like
player.
I can't remember the name of it.
I
Shaolin
forgot the
monks?
name of it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shaolin monks.
was it Shaolin Monk? It was
Shaolin
the one
monk.
where Sub-Zero was the main character, and you were essentially just kind of. It was almost like an action RPG.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the only co-op one I can remember.
Yeah,
Shaolin monks.
yeah, that one was cool, man.
Liu Kang and Shao Kahn, or what do you call it? Liu Kang and who was the guy?
Oh
Kung
no,
Lao,
no, yeah,
wasn't
no, I remember that one, but no, this one was like Sub-Zero was like the main character. He was like the main. He was the main dude. He played as him or something. I can't remember, but yeah, Mortal Kombat, man, dude. I've played Mortal Kombat for as long as I've been gaming. So I grab them. It's like one of my things. When they come out, I grab it, I buy it. I have all of them. You know what I mean? And I go through the main story. I play a little bit of the side characters. And that's enough for me.
it? Mm-hmm.
Army Drake in the chat. What game was it? What did you say it was? Bloody Roar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said they made 4 of them. And by the dates that Bushido spit out there, man, we're talking about the original Xbox days and leading up to the 360 launch. And dude, I was just...
Yeah, the original Bloody Roar was on the PlayStation 1. It was like I had that was back when they still had like the CD, the jewel cases for the CDs and all that kind of stuff.
Fabio, do you like fighting games, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, Mortal Kombat fan? Tekken? Street Fighter?
Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Killer Instinct, of course. Street Fighter, yes, but honestly, the controls are way too kind of bullshit, too, in my opinion.
Killer Instinct's a hard one for me. I can't even
like
try that.
here's the funny part. Like, do you believe that I had way much like it was way easier to me to make a combo in Killer Instinct than in Street Fighter?
Killer Instinct was easy because every character had like a back forward Y or back forward A spam, and that's always how they led into their major combo. So like Jago, you would hit back forward A, back forward A, back forward A 3 times. That would lead up to the chain, and then you have to swap up to like down forward Y, so you didn't stop it. So all it is like you moving your thumb from the bottom right of the D-pad to the top left of the D-pad, and you can get like those 30 and 40 hit combos. I mean, with Jago, you know what I mean? Glacius, stuff like that. But
Yes.
yeah, Killer Instinct was awesome. I cannot think they should make another one. Like, why have we not seen Killer Instinct 2? Like, that's crazy to me. Such a great game that could be out right now.
I don't know, like maybe because the online community of the Xbox One game is still pretty active. Like actually, they just released this week new updates just to keep the servers still intact and working, and people are still playing that game.
Yeah,
that would be all the more reason for me to say we need a Killer Instinct 2. If you have a dedicated community that's still playing a game that old, that means they're hungry for a fighting game. And that's a great IP that Xbox has that they could be utilizing. I mean, and fighting games are like, I understand they still require development and stuff like that, but obviously it's not going to be quite as complicated. I know there's netcode and there's like hitboxes and there's a lot of things that go into that, but versus trying to create a huge open world photorealistic AAA RPG, I feel like you could probably, develop a decent Killer Instinct in a few years and get something out there, and then continue with downloadable content or extra characters that you can kind of release on a cadence or whatever. But if there are people still playing Killer Instinct today, that would be a huge green flag for me to like, all right, we need to find a studio and we need to get Killer Instinct made.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do agree with that. Like, I think the main problem when it comes to Killer Instinct is the same reason of why, even though people have been asking for Xbox to utilize their old successful IPs, let's just say like a rare IP like Killer Instinct or Conker's Bad Fur Day or Banjo-Kazooie, like, is because there's no studios that wanna work on those IPs. So it seems because Iron Galaxy Studios, which worked on the Killer Instincts from the Xbox One, unless I am mistaken, I don't remember right now, but I think it was Iron Galaxy
Yeah,
that worked
it
on
was
this.
Iron Galaxy.
Yeah,
And
it
like
was.
they got bought by another publisher, so they are out of hand. Like they cannot at all work on that IP and
Right, it has
be
to be someone
exclusive
else.
to Xbox. And how many quality fighting studios do we have out there? Like I think
That's
it's
a fact.
I
That's a
think
fact. I think
it's
the guys
quite
who make fighting
endless.
games is an art.
And like and considering that Rare themselves don't wanna for some goddamn reason don't wanna work at all on any of their old IPs, and probably it makes kind of sense because the most of the guys that worked on the previous Killer Instincts, the Killer Instinct 1, 2 and Gold are out of the studio. The only guy that is still there is the musician, and that's it.
Yeah. Shout out
But I
to
would
the.
definitely love a new game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, in Xbox's case, though, it's better to fucking throw some money at our studio and say, you know what, you're gonna start making the fucking games we want you to make because our fans are crying out for them, and all these other shit fuck games we're making aren't selling worth a damn. They ain't even getting Game Pass, getting an erection at a Game Pass. So why don't you go back and make some real ass games? Nintendo keeps going back to Zelda more time than a friggin' virgin to a whorehouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and
why
they
don't
get
you
a
guys do the
90,
same shit?
and they get a
I'm
96
tired.
meta for
Yeah.
20 frames a second. I mean, geez.
I'm tired of sitting here looking like you're sitting on these gold mine of friggin' IPs that are nostalgia and huge from the Nintendo era even, and you don't want to touch them. You'd rather sit there and follow your balls on Sea of Thieves for the next 20 freaking years. Like this is what I'm talking about, and I don't care if you guys are shit on me or not. This is the problem with Xbox. They got all these studios and are just dick funneling each other over there. Get to work and make something real for fuck's sakes. I'm so tired of it. Like, we want Banjo, we want Conquer. These games will sell like hotcakes. No, we rather give you some fucking indie ass bullshit and make it free to play on Game Pass, and it's gonna get a friggin' 60 meta score and move on to the next boring ass bullshit. Start making some real fucking games, will you?
I'd like to
Actually,
have
Sea of
Mechasalt.
Thieves is quite great, but yeah, it's not a Killer Instinct or neither a Banjo-Kazooie facts. But I
Biggest
think
studio
that,
gone to waste, man. Rare right there. I'm telling you right now. Sea of Thieves is great, and all. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy playing it, and apparently a lot of other people do too. But come on, make something else. You got
yeah,
Everwild.
I
We haven't
agree.
even heard about it. Right
I
now,
agree.
it could be. I don't know. They should recall it Take Forever because we don't know when the hell it's coming out.
Well, it does start with the prefix ever. So
Yeah, ever. Yes.
ever.
Take Forever, Gone Forever, coming out never. Who knows?
Hey, quick shout out to those in the chat. Shout out to our lone battler in the streets, the only non-show moderator, Thember. He also every week fills up our news section on the Discord here, and that's where we get a lot of our topics. It's Timmy. How's it going? Game Pass Daily. Yes, that is you, isn't
That's
it?
me, guys.
Yes.
Mystery solved.
Brando Calrissian, what's going on? There's Laura Hinkle again. Ah, man. I really appreciate you coming by, but I don't. Oh, yeah, that is
Respect, please.
Yeah, respect. Oh,
You
goodness.
make me want to tinkle.
And Army Drake, good friend of mine. He's in here every week, man. Love to see you, and I hope we pique your interest. Next topic. Okay, so I'm gonna just go around the table. We're gonna get this out real quick. So the EU agreed to the ABK deal, and the concessions they put forward were Microsoft has to give every cloud service a free license, which means you only buy the game once, and no matter what cloud service you decide to go with, they will have a license so that you can play the game you bought on their cloud service. That was what the EU wanted. Xbox said, we don't care. You still got to buy it from us in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yep.
And so the EU said, all right, so we don't have to worry about there being a competition in the cloud space. After the EU agreed to these concessions, UK Parliament called the CMA in for a hearing. And I've watched the hearing, and they are pretty much saying that the CMA is making the UK business scene not look very favorable to future investors. They even came straight out and asked the CMA if they had been talking to the FTC, because, as you know, the FTC, all they can do is sue for an injunction. They do not have the power the CMA does. They cannot say, no, we're blocking your deal. They have to win an injunction suit to do it. So by talking to the FTC, and the CMA could say, okay, well, we're just going to block it, and then you don't have to worry about winning your suit, which everybody says has no grounds. They basically just came right out and asked them, and the lady from the CMA said, well, that's confidential. We'll have to talk about that behind closed doors. And not so many words. So it's looking like, and now it goes to the CAT, which is the Commission Appeals, and basically the CAT can look at it and say, no, what you said you blocked it for, that's bullshit. We're going to send it back to you, and you cannot use this as a reason for blocking. Or, in very rare instances, they can decide that if that's the only thing the CMA had, they can just go ahead and say, no, we're going to let it go through. This is bullshit. So, my Activision Blizzard stock is back up, and I'm happy. I'm getting ready to sell it before it goes back down, because it's going to happen. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's, Fabio, what do you think?
Yo,
What do you think?
quite interesting, honestly. But above all else, instead of people saying that's not gonna change anything or that's just proves that it's going to go through, the most important thing is to wait and see what happens. Above all else.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally all we can do from a fan standpoint
Exactly.
is just wait and see.
It's because I've been seeing since the beginning of this week, since the moment that damn this damn thing happened, like people always speculating and saying that no, I am an expert in those cases, I know everything about those big transactions, and now I'm going to tell you what's going to be happening. It's going to be canceled, it's not going through, or it's going through and the UK is going to get fucked or something. Like,
Yeah.
people are just, I don't know what's happening. Why don't you, like, even Satya Nadella just said, let's just wait and see what happens.
And what
That's
was
because that was a threat, dude. That was a
Yes.
straight up fucking
that
threat.
was a straight up
Exactly.
threat.
That wasn't like him moving on. That was a threat.
That was
Yes,
his
exactly.
answer to the interviewer asking him, if this still gets blocked by the CMA, will you pull Microsoft from the business scene in the UK? And he didn't say it wasn't going to happen. He just said,
He quickly said,
let's see.
"We'll see."
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. But because once again, as I said many times and I said in our DMs, Microsoft is not going to give up on this. It doesn't matter who says no, you cannot make a deal like that. We are going to block it. It doesn't matter. Microsoft is going to use every single legal resource they have so they can get what they want, because you don't just make a deal, a $69 billion deal, announce it to the world so that it doesn't happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mayhem
So
Games.
like you can be sure that like they are going to be doing a lot of stuff and they are not going to give up. I really doubt it.
Mayhem Games. I don't know if you follow the same people I do on Twitter, but I've been following a certain individual that kind of specializes in patents and stuff like this, and he says that he really thinks it's going to go through. What do you think?
Are you asking my personal opinion of the what I was going to go through?
Yeah, what's been going on between UK Parliament and the CMA after the EU decision?
Please forget about the chaos for just one bit and talk about your personal view, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, like, I don't. It's hard for me to form an opinion because I'm not. You know, that's not something that I'm like well versed in. I mean,
Correct.
my gut is telling me that I'm still like 70-30 on a no. Like, I mean, I know that they're still going back and forth, but you know, at the end of the day, me personally, even if this thing went through, like, it doesn't really change anything for me. So, like, if it happens, okay, I really hope that Xbox and Microsoft can, you know, properly manage it and make sure that the cadence and the consistency and they can work on the quality and the things like that I guess that would end up mattering. But you know, it doesn't seem like there's ever going to be a world where anything Activision or Blizzard is going to be held back because there's going to be concessions. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to buy this massive thing and use it, other than the fact that it's going to, you know, maybe hit Game Pass, and then really that's expanding Game Pass. That's not necessarily expanding quote unquote Xbox. I mean, they have a heavy focus on PC. I think that the real growth of ABK, because that's a very PC focused publisher, that the growth would be on PC, you know. So, you know,
And mobile
it
with
moved
King.
and mobile, yeah. But like I said, you know, like, what does that do for the home Xbox console player? I mean, maybe you get a couple more games on Game Pass. But you know, I own and I already plan on purchasing Diablo 4. And I don't see, you know, obviously, like, I think that, you know, Call of Duty is still going to be available everywhere. So, you know, for me, it's like, I guess it's a means to an end for them. But if you had to ask me, I would have much rather them, you know, go and secure some smaller up and coming studios. I would like to see them like grab Squanch Games,
Ubisoft.
because High Life was really cool. I would have liked to have seen them grab or maybe like figure out what's going on with Moon Studios and come to an agreement there and get them in first party. I would like to see them do, you know, I mean, even if you want to go a little bit bigger, I would love to see like CD Projekt Red or something like that come into the fold, or Techland. You know what I mean? Like,
CD Red.
yeah, you know, and I think that I think those could be, you know, that's why I said about like the Bethesda thing. I think was good for them because it was just the right size, and they got a lot for their money. You know, I don't know how much longer this is going to stretch on, but I genuinely just want it to stop. Like whether it's blocked or it's not, I just want to move on. I want Xbox to move on and like either have this thing or don't. You know what I mean? So they can get back to, you know, focusing on, you know, what they need to continue to be, you know, successful.
I agree. I mean, I feel the same way. I just want to move on, and that's why I don't even want to touch on the subject as far as just going down the panel real quick and getting quick notes. But it has been all over Twitter and stuff, and so just thought we'd touch on it. Mr. Bushido, sir, same question.
I'll be brief. The only thing that I found interesting was they had asked, they had talked with Lena Khan, and she wouldn't answer the question directly. And we all know that she talked to her and whatever they worked out, because they both their careers could be on the line. I don't know, but obviously they're trying to figure something out. It's funny because it looked like it was going to go through at first, and then all of a sudden this popped up.
Yeah,
and
that was odd because you remember it was like a week before we got the no from the CMA.
Right.
Things were looking positive with the CMA, and then all of a sudden, nope. It's like, what the hell did
it was
you
the
do
cloud
that for?
thing. And the cloud thing isn't even that big, and they're like, well, you got it's gonna hold other companies back. And I'm like, dude, like it's like 3% of the gaming community with the cloud thing, and people aren't really that into it right now, so I'm like, why is this even
How many
becoming
of you? How many of you have Game Pass Ultimate and use cloud? I'm guessing
I
zero.
do, and barely.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody fucking uses that shit.
I
Yeah.
use the cloud when I've got a Game Pass quest that I have to get done, and it's play a game.
Exactly,
And I
Bob.
don't
I do
have
the
it
same
installed,
thing.
so
Right.
I
You're
just click cloud.
Yes. Yep. I do the exact same thing. But I mean, they're counting. They're saying 60 to 70% of the fucking market is bullshit. They're counting every Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. So CMA fucked up their math the first time, and they did it again. So I actually think this. I mean, I know I'm the Game Pass guy. I know I'm a fucking Xbox shill. People call me whatever. I don't give a shit. But I actually think this has a chance of coming back. To be honest with you, just based on the CMA fucking up. They admittedly fucked up and did a 180 on their math last time when it came to Call of Duty, and they did it again. So I think I don't know. I think there is something there. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I'm also sick and tired of this. But I'll tell you, Microsoft ain't going anywhere. They're not fucking going anywhere. They will go down with the ship. $3 billion is nothing. People who are jumping on that, like that's a thing to Microsoft. They don't give a shit if it was 10 billion. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, but
They got
nobody wants
90
to
billion
give up
left in the bank.
$3 billion though. Nobody
Nobody wants to give that
away.
up. Of course not.
Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna. I don't think I'm with you too, because I don't think they're gonna let go of this. I don't think that you set all this in motion and everybody else said yeah, and you're the only two in the way. I'm fighting you tooth and nail. I'm that petty anyway, but I'll fight you tooth and nail. I'm not going to, and I'm not going to give up $9 billion or excuse me, $3 billion just because. No, I'm not doing that. We going through with this.
Other than the EU, there are 46 other nations, including Japan,
Yes.
South Africa, Brazil. These aren't little guys, but they're not the big dogs. Noof Nukem, let's get your... throw this shit in the chopper, and let's get on to the next topic.
This topic is giving me hemorrhoids. There isn't much to talk about it. We should just get over it. They're all acting like a bunch of children out there. I don't know what is wrong with them all. The evidence is there. All they got to do is go ahead with it. They don't need to ask any questions. What you got is a couple of women who are trying to grow some balls and swing them over Microsoft's head because they're the big guy in the block swinging the big cock. We don't need any of that shit. Just get the deal done. Get it over with. Let's move on. The cloud is going to be great in the future. And who would not want anything better than, of course, the most technically advanced company with the money to bring the infrastructure to the people? That just means more people playing your games. What the hell is wrong with that?
Exactly. Thank you, sir. And with that beautiful Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Oh shit. Where did Noof go? No, that was Arnold. Holy shit.
Yeah, he said everything I needed to say, so Arnold did a great job of that, yeah.
All right, next topic. Next Wednesday, the 24th of May, will be the Sony Showcase. And I've seen some tweets, and there have actually been some statements made from the Sony camp, not just shills for Sony, that they are ready to get aggressive and start throwing punches in light of dealing with this ABK thing with Microsoft for the last couple years. What do we suspect will be the powerhouses that really drive this showcase on? What are we expecting to see? Noof Nukem, I'm going to go to you first. Noof, I'm going to go to you first, man. What are you expecting to see at this showcase?
For the Sony one, you mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, let's hope we see a lot more than we have. I mean, they've been notorious for being very skimpy on what they've shown the last little while, and there isn't, I mean, for this year alone, there isn't a ton to get excited for heading into the fall. I mean, a lot of the stuff they've kind of been showing us has been largely PSVR 2 related, and that's fine and dandy if you're an owner of that. But I mean, outside of Spider-Man, there isn't a lot we really know coming, and the stuff that we do know is just outside of, say, the next few months is stuff like Stellar Blade and I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, we obviously can't expect a God of War or anything for the next little while. So there's really Spider-Man 2, and after that, it's kind of like cricket. So I expect from to show us something to kind of again to try to keep us interested and excited heading into the latter half of this year and perhaps early into 2024 kind of deal. So I'm excited to see stuff like Stellar Blade that was supposed to come out to Xbox. Telling Money had it its exclusivity. And obviously Spider-Man is going to be huge for them this year.
Right.
And it's going to be a big seller, and I'm sure it's going to be highly rated as well. But outside of that, I don't know what do we got. So yeah, can't wait to see what they got up their sleeve, and maybe we'll see some more some stuff from great studios like Sucker Punch. I mean, who obviously their last game was Ghost of Tsushima. So I'd be interested to maybe find out more about what those guys are up to next, sort of thing. So I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from Sony anymore because they're so tight-lipped on everything over the last couple of years. But I'm sure we'll see a little bit more about Spider-Man, most likely, because we haven't really seen much of that for a while. So that would be my guess.
Yes, they're very tight.
Bobby, real quick. Someone had posted during the show. I didn't want to say anything until we got on the subject. Someone posted a quote-unquote leak of the showcase. It actually looks legit, in all honesty. You want me to read it off?
Yes, please do, sir.
If it's that list of games from the Reddit or whatever, then that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's I have no idea where he got it from though, but was it's I don't know. Let me read off anyway. The Last of Us Factions, Naughty Dog, Twisted Metal, Fire Sprite, Pragmata, that's a Capcom game. That's supposed to be multiplayer, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Resident Evil 4 VR, Snake Eater Subsequent, and that is console game. Virtual Studio, Konami, huh? I guess they contracted that out. Silent Hill 2, Blooper. If Blooper's working on that, it's going to look gorgeous. They really make great looking games. Mortal Kombat, so I guess they have the advertising for NetherRealm for that. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Disney Dominion. Anyway, Astro's Conquest. Let's see, is that a VR game? No, it's not. Half-Life Alyx. Really? Is that going on PlayStation VR too? What's DS2? Kojima. Oh yeah. Death Stranding. Yeah, Death Stranding. You know what's funny? I'm actually interested in the second one. The first one, I still have the game, but I'm not really. Anyway, so Stellar Blade, Hades 2,
Mm-hmm.
Darkest Dungeon 2.
That's a card
Goodbye
out of
Volcano
Microsoft's
High.
book.
Yeah. Goodbye Volcano High. Man, I've been waiting for that game, man. Whew. The Dishwasher Collection. Oh, that's another one I got to add to my list, too. The Dishwasher Collection. Ghost of a Tale 2. I don't think I remember one. Lost Soul Aside. Why does that sound familiar? Killzone. Now, I got to see that one. It's by Fire Sprite also, but we'll see. Ghost of Komura Kora. Was it Sucker? This is a Sucker Punch game? Okay.
Wow.
What's it called?
Ghost of. Wait a minute. Is this supposed to be a Ghost of Tsushima sequel?
That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Ooh. Helldivers 2, Arrowhead, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Darkseid. That's from Sony Santa Monica. So that must be that fantasy game that they're supposed to be working on. I'm actually interested in that. I want to see them work on something different outside of The Last of Us. But yeah, that's it.
That sounded like a lot for an hour. I'm not sure I'm believing that one. That's a lot.
It does sound like a lot for an hour. For 1 hour, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, honestly, I usually just prefer to wait for the events because otherwise people are going to see all of those leaks that it might be legit, it might not be that legit, it might be right in some things, it might be wrong in
24
others.
games.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, if someone truly just believes in those leaks and the leak doesn't happen, they are going to be disappointed. So, honestly, to me, the most important, it can be for Xbox, it can be for PlayStation, it can be for Nintendo, is just wait for the event. We don't have to wait too long for it, and simply enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm kind of surprised by all the hype that was created last year that Wolverine was not in that list.
Yeah, yeah. But it's probably that far off. And
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do another little "it still exists" thing. You know what I mean? Like a little CGI thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to
Yeah.
so you don't forget. Not that anyone would
Right.
forget, but
Yeah, like, but would you actually say that they are going to do something just to say that it's still here, it still exists? Because they haven't even, like, actually, if they do something like that, Xbox should take notes because at least they are talking about a game that they announced a long time ago. What the hell is going on with, like, Contraband, Everwild? What the hell is going on at Completion
Fable.
Games, Fable, and In Exile? I mean, honestly, I kind of hope that they do something like, don't forget about this, we are still working, still
right.
alive. And with that, Xbox takes notes and say, oh shit, we actually need to talk about some of the games that we just announced, right?
Yeah. For those keeping track with the gameplay, this was the world boss battle, and yeah, it sucks. If you die, don't wait for somebody to
Stay at
res
the
you.
tail.
Yep.
Nope.
Stay underneath.
You ain't getting res. No one hit A on that one, dude. No one was
Just-
hitting A on that shit.
Yeah, just respawn and then run back into the battle.
Yep.
Oh gosh. So Rhetri, sir, I know you're the Game Pass guy, but
Mm,
do you think
I still like my
the-
PlayStation.
Do you think they're blowing a little bit of smoke to get people pumped up and then just kind of have an okay show?
I, you know, being the Xbox guy or whatever, it doesn't mean that I can't give credit where credit's due. I have no doubt this show is going to be awesome. I just because Sony's really good. Like I can't say that they're not. Like a lot of their shows I really like.
We all
They kind
remember
of
Flute
stick.
Guy.
Well,
God.
sure.
We all remember Flute Guy, so yeah, they can bring it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some stuff, kind of like Twisted Metal is something I've been waiting to come back for a while. So that has me excited, and I don't know if it's just based on nostalgia playing the game back in the day, or if it'll actually be good. And then of course you got like the Twisted Metal show that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That might kind of coincide with that, but I mean, I'm excited if Sucker Punch is following up Ghost of Tsushima though with another game because that was one of the I don't think I've ever taken so many damn screenshots in my life playing that game. I was just so stunned at how gorgeous that game was. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't give a two craps about anything that is Konami or I don't give a shit about their stuff. Silent Hill 2, high on my list. Not a fan of who's doing it, but because I'm not a fan of Blooper Team. I did not like their last game. But I think they might be able to pull it off. Silent Hill is kind of a slower game anyway, so I don't know. It might fit up Blooper Team's alley. I don't care about Death Stranding. I don't know if I believe Killzone. See, that's the one that made
That's
me
the
go.
one, too. Yep.
That's the one
Yep.
that as soon as you said that, my
Yep.
little bullshit radar started going off real
Yeah.
hard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, Pragmata looks Pragmata or whatever you say from Capcom.
Yeah.
That trailer looks I mean, the trailer looks awesome. It's all CGI and
Right,
stuff, so I still
right.
don't know what the hell is going on. That kind of feels like that's Capcom versions of going like full Kojima, like just fucking weird. I don't know what the hell's
Facts.
going on in that trailer, but I kind of it's got me my interest peaked. So,
Ghost of
still a
Kamakura.
yeah.
That
Say
might
that again?
be Ghost of Kamakura. That sounds legit because because I always wondered what are they going to name it, and if he moved to a different region, that would make sense. But you know, anything could be fake when it comes to PlayStation
Right.
leaks.
I mean, it's not hard, dude. Any of us could make this list easily.
Facts.
Like, this is
Yep.
not a hard thing to do. I can do this in
Yep.
5 seconds, right? But I'm curious to see like what Haven Studios is doing. Just out of curiosity to see what the hell they can pull off. But really, the thing that if I didn't own a PlayStation, and I don't know what the hell is going on with this game, we've heard all kinds of bad things. Like, is it being rebooted? Is it being redone? It's in trouble. Yada yada yada. But I want to know what the hell's going on with BioWare's Knights of the Old Republic, because I freaking love that game back in the day. I don't know if it moves the needle for anyone else, but I would love to see that come back in a new gen flavor, because that game was just fire to me. But again, I don't know. Like, it's kind of like Twisted Metal. Like, is this nostalgia? If I go back and play those games now, I'm gonna be like, wow, this is terrible. You know what I mean? I don't know.
See, do you know what would be really awesome is because I loved Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal 2. I loved it even more. If they were able to put Twisted Metal in VR, I mean, can you imagine being in your car and running around and looking to your side out the window and seeing Sweet Tooth plowing
I think I'd
right
puke,
at
first
you?
of all.
That would be so awesome. Yeah, I mean, Twisted Metal
Yeah.
in VR, that would be wicked. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
And that's the other thing. Like, I'm not into the VR. And this sounds like this could, outside of the leak list, didn't seem like it was going too heavy into VR. And I think there's going to be probably a decent amount of VR here. I don't know how much that's going to take up of the hour, but I don't know. I don't think I'm buying that whole list. But I think a lot of that list is probably right, because it just makes sense. You know what I mean? This is stuff that I think most people could have come up with this list and said, yeah, that makes sense. Like, multiplayer from Naughty Dog. Well, yeah, of course. We've been saying that for fucking years. So,
right.
I think
it looks like it could be
it's gonna be
legit
good.
too. It looks like both. It looks like it could be
Right.
fake, and it looks like it could be legit. But it's so balanced, like 50-50, that like I'm not putting any stock into it. But I'll keep it as a reference. And if it
and
happens,
you never
then
know
great.
though. Like, some of this stuff, it could have been the original. It could have that list could have been leaked for something they were going to do, right? And then sometimes you can't make everything can't make it the show. It's happened to Xbox a bunch of times too. So sometimes you have all the stuff that you want to do, and then the stuff that actually sees the light of day. So even if like half of those things come to fruition, I think it's going to be a damn good show. So, and I expect it to be a fire show. And then I expect Xbox to do the same thing in kind, hopefully. So we'll see.
Like, honestly, I'm here's the thing. I'm not enjoying what's happening with the community, because, like, just because of Redfall, yes, it was a bad release. It's not an amazing game, but it is not the worst game of the world, and like, it's quite fun.
Tell that
when
to
you
Steam.
actually give time. No, I'm not talking about Steam. I don't care about Steam, honestly. But like, and of course, like, if you didn't like it, you are entitled to your opinion, and I respect that. Of course, fair enough. And if you are enjoying, as I am, more power to you. Don't let anyone else say that you are wrong about that. Fair enough. But we all agree that it was a rocky launch. Fair enough. It was a horrible launch. But just because of that, people are for some reason forgetting about, like, releases like Hi-Fi Rush or
Right. Yeah, I
that,
agree. Yeah.
and everything else good that Xbox has showed before this. Like, we had the Hi-Fi Rush events showcase that we had. Yes, people were saying, there's no AAA. no one cares. It was a great showcase. Everyone enjoyed, everyone was surprised, and everyone said good things about it. And just because of a bad release that people are having mixed up opinions, and most of them, of course, negative, people are saying that this is the last chance Xbox
Yeah,
has. If it
it's.
doesn't, if this showcase doesn't blow our socks off, Xbox is doomed. Like
I say the same thing about
why?
Starfield too. If it doesn't hit, they're doomed. It's bullshit, dude. Like
Exactly,
they're not going anywhere. They're trying to spend 70 fucking billion dollars. You seriously think they're gonna just give up? Like that's just dumb.
exactly.
That's
Like,
just dumb rhetoric on Twitter. You know what I mean?
and the
That's the
From
extremists,
fanboys. From
and the
fanboys.
worst.
fanboys.
And
Yeah,
here's the thing: the worst part is not just fanboys; it's media.
you're right. It's not. It's
No,
media.
it's some
But that's
fanboys.
what
No,
gets
there's no
that's what gets
fanboys
the
too.
clicks.
Yeah,
He's like, don't you
exactly.
take them out of that category? They are in
Yeah,
that category.
exactly. No,
And
that's
you're right.
exactly who they
You're
are.
right.
Yep.
I love the fact of how much the media loves to say, let's stop with the console wars because it's bullshit and all the video games are amazing and all the video games should be treated equally. Why aren't you guys then doing that? Like, why haven't, I'm not trying to say that this was a bad game. Like, why haven't people said that if the next, after Days Gone got released, fucked up as it was because of it was a buggy mess for what I heard. Like, why haven't people been say that if PlayStation doesn't do this, they are doomed just because of Days Gone? Because they know that
You don't
this
have to go that
was
far back,
uh,
Fabio.
Well,
Forsaken
this was a
was
Fabio,
horrible. Horrible.
yeah.
partly
No, no, but
because
I'm talking about
at least
PlayStation
within
Studios.
Fabio, part of that's to do with the fact that at least in the last couple of years, like PlayStation's put out some, heavy hitting, highly rated games.
Hmm.
So when you have a couple of duds in the middle of the mix, it's not as apparent and it's certainly not as talked about as having a string of kind of duds. And that's not to say Microsoft hasn't had some really successful games in the last while. I mean, Flight Simulator was really high rated.
Forza
Um,
Horizon 5,
Forza
Halo
Horizon
Infinite.
5. But again, like it's because there's sort of those nichey type of
But
titles
they're
and that
right.
stuff,
Exactly.
right? That's why they just don't get the
Yep.
acclaim. They're highly rated, but again, it's a racing game, and nobody jumps about it a seat. I don't remember a racing game ever in the history of a console, except maybe back in the old days of the Gran Turismo series that actually sold consoles. You know what I mean? They're system
Right.
sellers. Like
You
right
need the
now,
mass appeal games.
Nintendo is going to go through a massive spike on Switch consoles because of Tears of the Kingdom again. You know what I mean? And then, of course, whether the game is a 10 or not, it's the hype that's driven behind it. So that's where it comes from. If Microsoft was riding a wave of hits, and until Microsoft gets their asses back in that conversation at the Game Awards where they're actually at least in the nominee category, I mean, they haven't
Or
even had a
there.
game hardly even nominated, right? It
They weren't
feels like
even
the
fucking
Sony show.
there.
And,
I mean,
and it doesn't matter if you say it's biased or not, regardless of it not. Like they have to get in there somehow, right? They have to be present.
yeah,
They have to be attainable, and until they enter those conversations, this is going to keep coming back on them, and that's a them
I know,
problem. They
I know.
got to
That's
get their
the
studios to make some great games.
I have to agree with Noof. At least like there's the zeitgeist games, right? There's the games like whether you like them or not. There's like Minecraft. There's Hogwarts. There's Lord of the Rings. Everything that when I say that you automatically know what it is, whether you're a gamer or not. Those are the games that Xbox needs. You need the general public to just know what the IP is without even knowing it's a fucking game. And that's what PlayStation does to the tens. They're so good at getting those marketing deals, and that's what we always bitch about on the Xbox side. Where's the marketing deals? Where's the mass appeal game?
But here's the thing: when it comes to games like saying like, it's not a massive appeal, we are going back to what was mostly being criticized, but in Xbox with during the Xbox One generation, why people were saying Xbox got no exclusives besides Halo, Gears, and Forza.
Mhm.
Those are big, massive appeal games. Everybody knows their names. Everybody loves those games. And now that Microsoft is doing, don't get me wrong, I want Microsoft to succeed. I want also Microsoft to release blockbuster after blockbuster, even though I am enjoying the games that they are giving me, but they are not like big, massive hits that people are unanimously saying that it's a masterpiece and blah di da. But like they are being original. They are letting the studios that they are having partnerships and that they have acquired to be themselves and to work on what they want to work on. They are given
Right.
freedom because otherwise we are going to have the same Microsofts that we had before when Rare got acquired. We are going to have the same Microsoft that we had before during the Xbox One generation that started with some studios and then it got to the point where we only had like Moyan, Rare, Xbox Global Publishing, that was doing great at the time, as we all remember, and like we only had 4 studios until Phil Spencer announced the acquisitions of
And they
Blade,
weren't even getting the budget for games like that either.
Right.
You,
Studios.
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
They were two
Yeah,
Why?
it
seconds from
was
going out
getting
of
the-
business. They were
Yeah.
2 seconds from being done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because Microsoft was also having that vision of like, you know what, you're going to do what we are telling you because we don't care. You need to make a huge, massive hits. You need to make a huge, massive, appealing game, and we're not going to give you any freedom at all. And at the time, what happens? The studios get shut it down because they do a game. It doesn't make that much success.
Well,
Because
remember, they
that's
didn't get full funding until Phil got in.
I mean,
Once
do
Phil
you
got in, then they were able to get funding a year later, and they
I
had to
mean,
have a
the-
sit down before they even got to get the funding to prove it to Satya. Like, hey, look, either we in this or we're not, and
Exactly.
whatever he said to Satya convinced him, and now he has a check he's writing constantly. I do want to set the record straight on some PlayStation stuff, though. There are a bunch of games on the PS4 in the very beginning of the generation that was trash. They have a bunch of first party games that was trash. Knack and some other man, they got a nice list. The deal is people have a recency bias. And the funny
Yeah.
thing to me is you got a bunch of Uncharted's, but you want to tell us about how many Gears games we have, but you got a bunch of Uncharted games. And on this list, if there's another Uncharted game, you're going to be okay with taking that, but we can't be okay with Gears. We can't be okay with having another Gears game. I always find that kind of BS whenever I heard that the Halo, Gears, and Forza. I'm like, they're consistent games, just like you have consistent games on PlayStation. I always found that to be BS because fanboys always make something up, but for some reason on the Xbox side, guys aren't smart enough to look at it and say, wait. You got games too that continue to come out on a regular basis. And you buy it. You got 5 Uncharted's. You've got what's the other one? You got Gran Turismo ain't been good in years. And the only reason why they even playing this one is because they ain't got nothing else to play. And what was the last other game that they still keep pumping out constantly? Of course, they listen. If they could have done another The Last of Us, they would. Look how many times they milked that freaking game, and they kept buying it. Believe me, you're gonna keep getting the same games over and over again.
Ratchet and
don't
Clank,
get me
too.
wrong. Ratchet and Clank. Listen, and I love Ratchet and Clank.
Don't you talk shit about Ratchet and Clank right now. That game was fire.
Listen, Rift Apart was great. Oh no, Rift Apart was great. I love that game. The game is beautiful too. To top it off,
The one before that.
The last two I really
series has
liked.
been up and down. The series has been up and down. It's been meh, good to meh, and then now this one is great.
I mean,
But at the same time, let's not act like these games always come out as diamonds. They don't. Their games have been up and down. You only remember the great ones. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I would still want for Xbox. I still want that for Xbox.
Of
But
course.
it's on.
But
Returnal was
for
broken, by the
PlayStation-
way. That game wasn't even working.
Returnals, listen. I'm still
Couldn't
looking
get
for
through
somebody
the
to play
first 5
Returnal with me.
seconds of the game.
I'm
And
still
where's
looking for
people-
somebody to co-op Returnal with me.
Well,
That game
Fabio-
is fantastic.
And like, and
It,
where's
it is
Returnal?
good. It's so hard.
No, but like
It
Returnal,
is.
Returnal
I'm
was
so
a
bad at
buggy
it.
mess. And where's people saying
Look,
that?
we go ahead and link up then.
All
like,
right.
Returnal-
Perfect.
Like, according to what you guys said, Returnal was a buggy mess, right?
Yeah.
Like, and
I mean, to be fair, they
were-
didn't own them at the time. To be fair, but whatever. You know what I'm saying.
right after but right after that they acquired them. And where were people saying that? Why is PlayStation wasting money on that studio or something like that? Like, there was no bullshit talk like that. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
didn't see that at all.
Nope.
I saw praise left and right.
Nope.
Like,
Yep.
yes, we got the
Yep.
studio. Yeah,
We
no,
got
you're
them.
right,
Same thing
dude.
with fire
Look,
sprites.
it's the bias is there, and I don't give a shit. You can disagree with me all. I've been watching this industry forever. It is so fucking against Xbox, but Xbox has stepped on so many damn rakes. They've kind of done it to themselves. But
Facts.
people can't stop piling on the pig either. You know what I mean? Like, you got all these
Right.
stories. Like we were just saying, like everyone's giving crap about Redfall because they gave a studio who doesn't normally make a game like that a chance. Yeah, great. If Xbox decided not to do that and decided to be PlayStation, then you do not get a Hi-Fi Rush. It doesn't exist. If they don't
Yeah.
want to take chances, you
Exactly.
don't fucking see shit like that. So I agree
never
with
liked
you,
arcade
Fabio,
games
and
anyway.
like in that regard. Like I want Xbox to stay weird. I want them to take chances. There's going to be games that are gonna fail, and there's going to be more that fail. I don't care
Because
what Phil said on the
all-
interview or what anyone else says. They will have more failures. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's
because
just how the
otherwise-
business is.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't have Grounded, we wouldn't have Hi-Fi Rush, we wouldn't
Right.
have Playground Games working on Fable.
Grounded is the game.
We wouldn't have Sea of Thieves, we wouldn't have Pentiments, we wouldn't have
Intimate.
the game from Obsidian.
I know.
Now,
Like-
refresh my memory and correct me if I'm wrong. Did Forspoken come from a studio that doesn't normally do that type of game?
Square?
You know what? I don't remember.
No, they
I
I
probably.
don't know.
but-
I don't know what
No,
Fire
like-
Square did it.
Kind of in their wheelhouse, I would say.
Because that game was, I think it's still a buggy mess to this day. It's
Well, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I saw a guy in our community named TZ, and I hope he hears this too. And he was on there like, "Oh my god, this part of the game is so sad." I was like, "Dude, are you serious? With this
Talking about Forspoken?
Forspoken?" I was like, "Are you serious?"
all right.
He was like, "Man, we died." I
So
was like,
that's-
"How many people said that the
that's the funny-
game had the worst acting in it for
That's-
mocap? Are you
That's
serious?"
what I heard.
But
Yeah.
that's the funny thing with Sony, though, right?
I've seen it.
Because they'll finance games like this and they'll put a bit of hype around them, and then when the game comes out and it doesn't get those massive scores that they expect or whatever, then what they do immediately, and if Sony's the first one to do it, they almost act like the game doesn't even exist.
They
Right,
facts.
yes.
Under the rug.
Yep.
And the PlayStation
Yep.
fans too, they move on from that game so quick, and all they do is go
So
back to
fast.
So does the
Xbox.
media.
They go, we have
They're like,
God of War, we have this, that, and the other
we're-
thing. Remember
We're
that?
gonna hear about Redfall right up until Starfield comes out.
Yes, sir.
Like, they're
Sure
gonna-
enough, right?
100%.
You sure enough, right?
right?
But for the funny part is that I actually wanted Forspoken to be good. I wanted the game.
Yeah,
And-
I actually thought it looked awesome the first time I saw
It
it.
looked-
I was like
yeah.
the only
Super
one. Everyone's like, it
awesome.
looks so stupid. I'm like, I thought it looked so good.
I
And
thought
then
so
it came
too. Look,
They were-
when I kept
they were
seeing
like-
the game, when it was showing pieces of the game, like just before the game came out, I was like, I kept posting it too. I was like, is it me? Or this game looks worse every time they show something. And guys were on my back. They were like, no, it looks fine to me. It looks this. I was like, oh man, it looks clunky. Look
yeah.
at the screen tearing.
A,
Like, come
a
to-
still
to be
screen
fair,
of Redfall doesn't look
I-
bad either until it starts moving.
I was just gonna say I thought Redfall looked pretty okay, and then it came
Yeah,
out,
I
was
thought
like,
look,
what the
when I
fuck?
first saw it, I didn't like it. When I saw
Again.
the last two trailers for it, I was like, it looks okay. And then it
was,
came out.
it was trying to be a Harry Potter game because as a female protagonist, we might as well just call it a Harry Twatter.
Okay. So Thember did a little bit of
Bum-bum-bum.
fact checking. Thember did some fact checking in the chat. And
What do you do?
the
What do you got? What do you got?
Forspoken dev only worked on one other game before Forspoken, and it was
Final
nothing-
Fantasy
and it
15,
was
huh?
nothing like Forspoken.
Mm.
So
I haven't played Final Fantasy in a hot minute, so I wouldn't know that. But
while
yeah.
we're
Yeah,
on
me either.
PlayStation games,
I do want 16 though. I'm not gonna lie. I do want
reception of
16.
PlayStation games.
It did. That looked good.
Stray hitting Xbox this summer.
Can we make this one quick?
Hmm.
Because like I don't care about the
Isn't that
cat game.
fun?
You don't care
Isn't
about the cat game?
Yeah, I don't care
Are
about
you
the
a
cat
dog
game.
person? Is that why?
Yeah, I know. No, I got a cat, but I don't care about a game though. Like
Cat,
even
you know,
I
your
love
cat's
I
gonna
love
scratch your face
dogs.
tonight for
That was
saying
a
this
great
shit.
game, by the way.
It is a great game. You got to play it, Bush.
Nah, I'm cool.
I beat
I'm
Stray
mad
on
at
my
that game
PlayStation
because
4, and I loved it.
I'm mad at that game because it got nominated for best indie of the year, and Sifu wasn't even in the category, or excuse me, best game of the year. And Sifu, Code of the Lamb, it's another game too. I can't remember that was an indie game that deserved to be on there over that. And I was like, give me a break, man. I only did it because of the PlayStation game. I was like, come on, man. Sifu's a masterpiece. A
Really
masterpiece.
short too, isn't it? Isn't it like a super
is.
short game?
It is.
Yeah,
But it's a
I'm a
hard game, though.
too. Meow. Meow.
It's a hard game.
All right, Meow. I'm gonna
Bobby,
need you
cut
to
that
stop
Hey,
doing
Meow.
Yeah,
Super
All right, Meow.
Troopers.
that. Yes.
I
But you
love
know what's
it.
funny?
Hey, Meow.
You know what's fun? You know what's funny? How like that game is coming to Xbox, even though despite all the acclaim and stuff, but yet the game Kenna Bridge of Spirits is still.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wanted that one so. That's the game I want
It's
so bad
supposed to
on
come
Xbox.
out. I just heard from one of the guys. I forgot which one of the guys on YouTube. I think it was Jaffe, but was saying it's supposed to come out September. I think
Yeah, I'm not sure.
it
That game
is this year though. It is going to be out this year, but it's later this year. Now, even though it came out,
hold on. Jaffe's saying Kena is coming out to Xbox in
no,
September?
not Jaffe. Not Jaffe. The other one with the long, luxurious hair.
Oh, wait.
Jeff
are you talking about
Grubb?
Jeff Grubb?
Jeff Grubb.
Grubby Grubb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was saying that the date was even though it came out in February, I think it was for PlayStation, for some reason it's not going to drop on Xbox until after the summer. But it is coming out this year though.
Never heard Jeff
Good,
Grubb's
good.
hair referred to as long and luxurious.
It is though, man. It is though. I'm
beautiful Jesus
real
hair.
jealous
Hey.
of that dude. Yeah.
Fabio, are you meow gonna play the cat game? Meow. He's not. He doesn't like meows. So
You don't like pussy.
I have enough pussy at home. Thank you very much.
I liked it. It was a different. So I'm a cat person. I love my cats, and the way the cats act around each other in the game, it's just very. It appeals to cat people. I can't say it doesn't.
Stop it. Stop.
I'll play it. I don't give a shit.
Hey, I bet you it plays at a higher resolution on the Series X
Is it 35 frames?
at 35 frames.
Say 4K 60.
All right. So Stray's coming. It's got the ESRB rating for I think July. I don't know, but then again, you say it may be coming after summer. I don't know. I know the agreement's over with in July. But on to the next topic. The next topic is one that really I did a little bit of investigating, and I have some possibilities on what they might be. Ubisoft has come out and said that they plan to release 8 games in the next 12 months. 8 games, many of which we could see trailers of at the Ubisoft Forward event on June 12th. Now, what I came up with is they are saying that, let's see, there's going to be a new crew. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Crew Motorfest.
Yes. And there's going to be the Assassin's Creed game, Mirage.
Shocking.
Yeah, right. There may also, Ubisoft is also Splinter Cell, so that's a possibility. It could
Well, there is an unannounced one that's in the rumors. That could
Until
be
I
it,
see-
and that should be it.
Until I
But it probably
see
won't be.
Splinter Cell, I ain't believe it's Splinter Cell.
Me either.
Yeah.
I'm
So
tired of the rumors. Been hearing this forever.
Yeah.
there.
I want it though. Don't get me wrong, I want it, but
Oh, I want it. That's
That's not
totally
my
out of all
emotions.
these games.
yeah, exactly. Stop playing with my
So-
emotions.
He
it
said the
says
Division remake.
yeah the story says fans of such titles as The Division and The Crew will also be pleased to hear that there
Yeah,
are
it's
going
supposed
to
to
be
be
new entries.
Resurgence, I think it's called, for The Division.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means. Like it's back. Resurgence. I don't know.
I mean, there's so
Yeah,
I used
many
to love the Division
possibilities.
too. That was another game I used to be addicted to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's stuff that so we could get another Splinter Cell. That's an Ubisoft game. We could even get another Far Cry, Ubisoft game. We could get a
Ugh, I hate Far
sequel
Cry.
to. We could get a sequel to. Oh my god, I can't remember. It was the Diamond in the Rough game when everybody was doubting Ubisoft.
Phoenix.
Rainbow
yes,
Six?
yes, Phoenix.
Oh
Phoenix.
yeah, that was actually a pretty dang good game.
Yes.
That was
What's
actually pretty
Phoenix?
solid.
Phoenix Immortal.
Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh,
is that? Phoenix
yeah,
Immortal.
that game was really
Phoenix
good.
Rising.
Loved
That was
it.
Yeah.
that was shocking that it came from them. To be honest with you.
That
Yes,
game,
and it was really freaking good.
that game right
Mhm.
there stole Zelda's launch money. It really did. It was
Yep.
Yeah, because it was like a
Yep.
Zelda clone.
I-
Yeah,
So much like Zelda. I totally agree with that.
it really
That's
was.
exactly what it felt like to me.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
he's
man.
saying
All the way
X
through.
Assassin's
saying
Zelda.
X Defiant.
Yeah.
A good Zelda. Sorry if you like Zelda. I just fucking hate that game.
It was Assassin Zelda.
Assassin's Creed.
I want to see where Beyond Good and Evil 2 is. Like that's been. What do we see that movie? I mean, what do we see the advertisement for that at
Oh my god.
2000? Like,
Oh my
That,
God.
that gives
20
me
years
that
ago?
gives me like Skull and Bones like vibes right there. Like, is it real?
My
Yeah.
goodness, man.
Oh yeah, and Skull and Bones could be one of the 8. I mean, I'm pretty sure
Oh, why
it
are we
probably
talking
is.
Why'd you figure that out,
Avatar.
Bobby?
You get the Avatar one.
Oh, yeah, the Avatar game, the first-person shooter Avatar game to top it off.
Am I the only person who's excited by that?
Fabio's
Probably.
away.
No,
I actually think it
no.
looks kind of like it could be cool.
I mean, you talked about Skull and Bones. What about
There he is.
like Beyond Good and Evil 2? Was that?
Yeah,
Beyond Good
that's
and
what he was
Evil
just
2 is what I
saying,
want. Yeah.
Fabio, you took off before I asked you the question. Are you gonna meow play the cat game? Meow.
You still had to ask him.
I want to know. You're gonna play the cat game? Meow.
Well, here in Game Pass, I believe I will be playing the cat game because
That's a dog, bro.
yeah, I know.
That's the wrong sound effect.
Here's the thing. I am a fan of Monty Python, so nonsense humor is the best part.
Yes.
What's the what? Where?
Huh?
What?
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 Where?
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Perfect timing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so, yeah. Hey, shout out to them in the chat. We've had Infinite Umbra stop in. I heard the gloves hit the
What's
floor.
up, brother?
So, yeah, I heard the gloves hit the floor.
It's
and,
too much. It's you could tell he was here because there's all the glitter all over the place.
you know, Bushido got pumped
You
up.
say
So
you say glitter?
Oh,
That's Hollywood Umber now, so he walks around with a
gotcha.
boa.
Macbound hopping
a
into
cake.
the chat. Shout out to you, brother. Palpatine in here. We also got BFG Boba Fett Gaming. That's what I'm talking
Boba.
about. Yes. So, who all played Diablo 4 Server Slam over the weekend?
Yeah, right here. Just me? All right. Yeah, just me.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of people.
And I gotta
guys
tell
suck.
you that this game is shaping up to be probably the most flawless launch of a game that we will see this year, come June 2nd.
That'd be nice for once, even though I'm not going to play the game, but still, that'd be nice to hear.
I mean, it's just
I thought you liked grindy games.
0 issues.
Yeah, I don't know
with the
why.
Server
I'm just
Slam.
not in it. No, it's not for me.
Oh
It's
man,
not for
I like
me.
this game.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. And look at the game and say it looks great.
Yeah,
I'm
run
doing-
smooth as diarrhea. Nice noof.
God. Noof, did you?
Yeah, I
you
just
didn't
hope
play
it's going to
did
be
you?
good.
No, you didn't. Did you? No, I know you didn't.
I didn't play this. No.
I think it's gonna be
See,
another game of the year.
that's why you didn't know how smoothly it ran, because
I
the two betas before that, it did not run smooth.
No.
It did not run
Really?
well.
I told you if I'm gonna play this, I'm just gonna wait till the full release. I don't want to be messing around for a couple of months and then just agitating myself.
Yeah, but
That's like blue balls, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the video game version of blue
so
balls.
I earned.
Well, apparently
extras
I love
playing the
blue balls
beta.
because I did it 3 fucking times. So I loved it.
I got a special mount and I got a baby wolf backpack.
Me too. I got the baby. We had the wolf pack. I got all that shit too, dude. I did the same thing.
And I'm gonna be sporting it, saying, "Look at me!" Ah.
It's like 70%.
No one won't care, but I will care.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's gonna care.
No one's gonna see it, but I'll see.
You know the funny part is too, 70% of people on my list playing it, they played it all day and all night that weekend. Like every time I looked up, I was like, they're still playing this game. The game is gonna do big numbers.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, this is the first time in the history of like the Diablo franchise that it's kind of come out at launch on a console as well as PC. Before it was always ported. So it'll be huge for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm predicting over 20 million. I did this. You know what's funny? I actually got the number right for Elden Ring. We did a show and we predicted the numbers, and I had said about 20 to 25 million, and the guys were like, nah. I was like, this one seems special, and bam, I was right, and I bet you I'm right again. 20.
Well, how
to
long do we
25
have to
million.
wait? You're gonna give us a timeline, or are we gonna do like God of War, and 5 years later you hit, and then Bushido's gonna be like, I fucking told you. Got it right.
Hey, Boba Fett, I'm gonna be sporting that shit come launch too. That's right. I'm gonna be walking around.
Boba's gonna play.
I'm gonna look at my wolf pack. Look at my.
I thought Boba only played 2K.
Well, you know, Diablo.
Good for you, Boba. It's a good goddamn game. Maybe my game of the year. I don't know.
only
It's so
play
good.
Twitter Space.
2K?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, Diablo.
Alright.
I don't give a shit about 2K.
I'm telling you now, the game of the year list is going to be tough this year.
It's hard. It's hard.
Like it's not going to be one clear cut winner at all.
I'm getting a little nervous that Hi-Fi Rush is gonna get pushed out of it, and it's gonna piss me off. Personally,
I think it'll get.
I think
it'll
that
still
game
get
is
a
very
nod
good.
somewhere else, but yeah, I don't think it'll.
I don't think it's
gonna
going
get
in Game of the
pushed.
Year. I think it's gonna. I think it may be. I don't know, indie category or some shit, but I think that's gonna get pushed somehow. Just too much going on this year.
So
Yeah, I think it'll get an award though for its innovativeness. You know, with the beat thing. But that's cool with me though. As long as it gets an award, it'd be nice to get it. It was a surprise game, so and it has a great rating. So
Yeah, it was a surprise.
I liked it though. When I got to the end of the game, the last 2-3 bosses, like in the beginning, I was like, it's all right. And I got to the last 3 bosses. By the time I got there, at least in that vicinity, I actually thought the game really picked up, and I think because I started to understand like the stuff you could add, and once I started adding things to it, I was like, this game is really good. I was like, I could see now why everybody liked it so much. It is really good game. It really is. Now, Umbra playing it 5 times in a row, that's different. I don't think it's that good, but you know.
I can't do that with almost any game, though. Maybe Diablo, just because of the classes, that makes sense to do it again. But I can't. I don't go back to games. I usually, I'm a grazer. I play it and I move on unless it's multiplayer.
And
I did
Diablo
do
4 has room for 10 characters.
Twice. Would you say again? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Bobby.
Diablo 4 has save spots for you to save 10 different characters. So you basically have your favorite build of every class, and then perhaps perhaps a couple of classes where you've got a tank build or a healer build.
I do kind of like that because I constantly changing my shit in my skill tree, and it's kind of driving me nuts. So I could actually see myself making like multiple necromancers or shit like that. So that actually might come in handy.
Shots fired at Bushido. Come on, Umbra.
What's up? Well, I couldn't beat Hi-Fi Russian easy
Oh, I
once.
did beat it. What are you talking about?
Did you put on the assistant mode where like I need help?
No.
No one will know. No one
No.
will know.
Where it gave you the little timer. Okay, here's
Oh.
where you got to push
Right.
the button to be on
It's
the
like
right beat.
The baby
Are
ass,
you
baby
ready?
ass baby mode. That's what I call that. Hey, sometimes I put it on story mode when I don't give a shit. I just want to get it done. I don't care.
No, I gotta at least do normal for any game. It's gotta for any game like that. It's gotta be normal at least. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't look myself in the mirror and say like I beat this game. I gotta do. I'm not mad at somebody else for doing it though. If anybody
I
else does it,
can.
you know,
I
that's
got no
not, I'm
problems.
saying
Look,
me.
I'm getting older. I don't know if it's me. I'm getting worse at games, but now I'm just like, let me just notch that down to easy baby ass mode, so I can actually finish this fucking thing and move on to the next hotness.
Wow, easy
Yeah,
baby
I don't
ass
know.
mode.
Difficulty doesn't bother me as long as there's a decent checkpoint or respawn system. It's those
Yeah,
games where you
yes,
die and
yes.
it's fucking you got to start from like this stupid ass spawn point that's like a mile away, and you got to kill all the
That's
same
Returnal.
enemies again.
Wait, Noof, I was
I
just
hate
gonna
that
say,
shit.
did you like Returnal then?
Yep.
I never played Returnal simply because I
Oh,
watched
you're
enough
probably-
videos to know that I would
Probably
be
gonna
cursed
fucking
when I
hate
got
it.
wrong.
It's actually a
And
great game.
everybody's favorite is like
It is.
Bloodborne, and I played that and got drove nuts. Like, oh my god, I was like, really?
Oh,
I died and I
it
gotta
did drive me
fucking go
nuts
back.
too, but it's a great game too.
I gotta go back and do this whole fucking checkpoint again. Like, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, it's like, come on, man. If I die, I die. I'm gonna get beat by a boss. I mean, it's fine, but let me spawn at the fucking boss and let me take him on until I beat him.
Mhm.
Don't make me have to kill
Yeah.
40
It made me
minions
hike all the way from the beginning.
and then lose half the shit that you just built up to get there, and then you got no
Yep.
life shit left, and you're like, oh my god, this has just got from
Wait,
bad to worse.
Doesn't
huh?
that awesome game Jedi Survivor do that too? Just saying. Bushido.
Ooh.
Well, that's why I don't play those games either. I'll stick to the Force Unleashed games. Thank you very much.
You know, it gets a pass though because he be Jedi.
This was
He be
way
Jedi.
better. This was way
I mean, I can't talk shit
better.
because I'm playing Fortnite right now just because it's got Star Wars characters in it. So
You're
I
a
can't
Jedi. You
talk
should have
too
the
much.
ability to heal yourself. Like, yes, back in action.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
So, Denver turned me on to this game that is launching in Game Pass called Superland 6 Inches Under. It's made by Humble Games. It'll be launching day one into Game Pass, and yeah, it looks interesting. It kind of looks like it's taken a little from Grounded as far as the size of your character. And it's
What's it called? Superman 6 Inches?
Supraman.
Supra, like PRA.
Supra
Oh, okay.
Land
Supra.
6 inches
Six.
Land.
Superland.
Okay, land.
Yep.
6, okay.
under. Yeah, the official
gonna say, it
trailer
was
link
good.
is up in our topics. So
If it's Superman 6 inches, most ladies would say that's not very super.
I was waiting for
yeah,
that.
but he's strong. He can keep that 6
Like,
inches
it
up
was
all
there.
night
The
long.
fruit was there. That's right. I fucked the shit out of the sides.
Yes, Fabio, sir. Are you awake? Yeah. No, not awake. Okay, so yeah. So that's all I got, guys. I mean,
Sorry for being out. I just had to answer something really quick.
oh, that's okay. Are you back with us now, sir?
Yes, I am. So sorry about that.
Are you playing that cat game? Meow. Meow.
All right, man.
I will play the cat game.
The buckle on his strap-on jammed.
Superland 6 Inches Under, sir, launching into Game Pass. I believe it's available right now. It was a shadow drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably download it. I mean, it's
Yeah, I'll try it out.
It's not gonna cost me anything. No risk, no foul. You know, kinda
Wait, is that the game with the front cover looks like a Candyman or something like that?
yes.
Yeah, kind of like a blue dude. Yeah.
I've seen that before when they had the beta or early access, whatever, for the game. I think a year ago when they had like that Summerfest thing, and they dropped that demo for the game. I never got a chance to play it. Well, I'll play it now then.
Thimber is reminding me in the chat. So Superlander released today, KY Bob. I did just say it was a shadow drop, sir.
Why does that look like a VR game?
Oh,
Good
man.
job anyway, Denver. He wouldn't have remembered.
So, if anybody has played the Away Survival series, that is coming to Xbox, and I do love my survival games. I like Green Hell.
I do too.
Green Hell is one of my favorites. 7 Days to Die. I can't wait. It's going to be really, yeah. Give me more
State
survival
of Decay
games.
3 is what I'm waiting for.
What is it?
I love State of Decay. I love State of Decay.
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite Xbox IP outside of Halo.
Do you know how
Really?
much time I have
Wow.
in State
Yeah,
of Decay 2?
Damn.
I love State of Decay. That is just
Sounds
my
like
game.
that game is still a ways out. You see that today that they're hiring some kind of combat designer or some fucking thing?
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that, but at the same time that they need more help. But partially, yeah, I guess it does sound like it's still.
It is from Xbox. I heard they're changing the name to State of Delay.
Don't do that to me.
No, I mean,
do
it
that
never
to me.
got a release date, so.
Yeah, I hope so.
I have
He's a great
37
friend.
days worth. 37 times 24 hours. That is how much time I have in State. 37 days, 5 hours, and 12 minutes.
I don't have as many as I thought I did. I
State
thought I
of-
had the same, like something like that, but it's not. No.
State of Decay 2, I can just keep playing it over and over and over and
Yeah.
starting
still
new
love it.
communities, and I'll take all my good weapons and all my presses for making ammo, and I'll stack them onto it. I'll put them in a character's backpack, and then I will pick that character up and bring them to the new community as a legacy, and it's just, yeah, it never gets old. It is awesome. I love it. It's come a long way. It's come a long way, but it's never going to get the, and Redfall's going to come a long way too. But the stain's already there. Just like with Forspoken, the stain is already there because of the bad release.
But it will forever be stained because first impression in video games are like everything. And
It is the same. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Forspoken, Days Gone, all of those games, it doesn't matter how good they are right now, or even No Man's Sky. It doesn't matter how good those games are
That
right
game
now.
is fantastic now.
They are going to, or even Battlefield 4 release.
Yeah.
It was dreadful, and like
There
doesn't
are
matter how
exceptions to that rule, though. Look at
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Look at
Well, no, it's just that people still look at it. I think that's what Fabio's saying. People
Yes.
still look at the game in a negative light after you've dropped it, like CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk.
right.
You got a
Witcher
bunch
3
of games
was
that
horrible.
people. Right.
here's the
No,
thing.
nobody complained about that one though. That's the same thing with Jedi Survivor. That one, I don't know how it escaped as bad as the game was really,
Oh yeah,
really bug.
I was watching
And
it.
we
I
still played
think
through
you
it.
know how. I think you know exactly how it escaped. The like. Are you talking?
yeah,
They
because
didn't get
it
the
was really
Redfall
good.
treatment.
Yeah,
Right.
it was really good.
mean,
the game is
right.
amazing,
Boba Fett
and we
Gaming,
still just kept playing it.
Why did you have to go and break my heart in the chat? I was looking forward to that.
I think it's next year.
But
I
I
think
want to
it's
see
next year.
something.
Yeah, I want to see something too. Yeah, just
You
see
will.
something. I ain't saying release. I just want to see what the game is starting to look like. I just want to see something like
And I've
that.
said it on this show before. Undead Labs is my favorite developer.
I hope they use UE5.
They've already announced that they are using UE5.
Oh, there you
Mhm.
That
go.
was early.
There you
That
go.
was stated early on. If you remember correctly, Undead Labs was one of the first places the Coalition went to help.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So it's in good hands.
I can't wait.
It's good.
It's good.
Good.
And
So
State of
good.
Decay 2 just got update number 33, which apparently makes the game
Jesus.
harder than Living Hell.
What?
Yes, when you turn it up to nightmare mode or dread mode or whatever.
He's turning it up though.
Yeah, when you crank it up, it's like guess
I was
what?
like, why would you do that
This ain't
to
your,
yourself?
this ain't your
Right.
granddaddy state of decay.
Hard enough than normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we're gonna get out of here, guys. We've been on here for an hour and 42 minutes. Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Ooh.
I think Power Man had to leave. He may have said something last week that he was 1 hour was going to be
Yeah,
his
he
limits.
did. That's right, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, because his
Forgot about
work
that.
hours, he was actually giving us an hour on the show from his car over his CarPlay on the way home. So, yeah.
Right.
One day we'll get
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, one day we'll get the sweet, sweet sounds of him on an actual mic again. I look forward to that day. Yeah. But anyway, Fabio Almarim, sir. Where can people find you at, sir?
Well, you can find me not just here on the Game Set Live. God damn it, bullshit. You can find me here on the Game Set Live.
He's excited because
low
you're
enough.
talking again. That's what it is.
Like he's just so amazed by I never heard of a last name like that. God damn it. But like yeah, you can find me here on the Games That Live podcast. You can find me as well as on the XPN Network YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter as FBOAmorin97 and on Xbox as Bullfallizer8, where I will be playing games, of course. Redfall, Halo Infinite, Tainted Grail, Madden. Doesn't matter how bad the game might be, I will try it out because I'm curious.
Mhm.
Oh.
Unless it is amazingly bad and it's just broken as for shit.
Okay, before we move to the next, I just have to throw it out there. My only issue with Redfall is the story material that you pick up doesn't go away.
Oh, are you talking about? Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's annoying
you
as
pick
fuck.
up the
I don't like all
notes
the
and the
scripts.
newspapers.
The
Yeah, all
notes
the
drive me
scripts.
nuts. I hate them.
That-
I hate them.
I
There's
don't-
like 1,000 of them too.
And they don't go away when you put them down, so you always end up
Yeah.
picking them up again. It's like, just fucking make
Yep.
them disappear, please.
Wow.
Like, have you not
Exactly.
read this book yet? Here it is again.
Here it is again, chapter 5.
God. I mean, can we just archive that? A lot of games like
Can I just point out the fact that Noof Nukem just made a Adam Sandler Dracula's impression here? I just loved it.
he's really good.
did a what?
Yeah, you did a Dracula impression. It was good.
Dracula.
Yeah,
From Hotel Transylvania.
yeah.
Oh.
You've not
You
seen.
sounded just
You've not read this.
He's like, I
chapter.
did?
You'll read
You
this
have not
chapter
read
while I
this.
drink your
You
blood.
you have not read this book yet?
Yes.
Come on.
You sounded just like Adam Sandler, my friend.
Mr. Bushido, sir, where can people find you?
Oh yeah. You can find me this week on the PS5, but I think I'm gonna go back to Xbox tonight or tomorrow. Cause yeah, how you play a game too long, you get a little fatigue. I'm getting a little fatigued because I have to grind to get the players up to a certain level, and that's a little boring right now. But either way, you can find me here, and you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter. Same thing, Mr. Bushido, N7. The N7 is for Mass Effect, the N7 armor. So
Bob hasn't finished that
Yep.
game either, so let me have it.
what?
Yeah, I know, right? Can't help it. It's the year of games. It's hard getting around to it. Noof Nukem, sir. Boom, boom, kaboom, baby. Where can people find you?
You guys always know where to find me, in the gutter. Yes, no, when I'm not hanging out with you fine cast of characters and all the amazing guests you bring on the show, well, you'll find me over on my channel. Just Doof Nukem pretty much everywhere. And don't forget that on June the 5th, which would be a Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, you can catch me on my brand new podcast called The Gaming Fuse with Noof Nukem and friends. It's going to be a dynamite first episode. If you love gaming after dark, well, boy, you better settle in and, yeah, get ready for this one.
Yeah. It's gonna be really, really pushing the edge, like a razor's edge. Yeah, can't wait. Mr. Rhetri, sir, where can people find you at, sir?
Sure. You guys can find me Game Pass _daily on Twitter, Game Pass Daily on YouTube, Gamers Council every Sunday at 7 p.m. with Web Dave at the Outbreak Gamers channel. And of course, every Tuesday with Umbra and Danny and Boom on the Xbox Factor podcast. So I'm in all kinds of places.
Yes, you
So
are.
yeah,
You have to
thanks
watch your
for having me,
podcast
guys. It was
as well.
fun.
Yeah, no, I actually watch you guys' show a lot, and never could catch it live, but I always watch the replay and really enjoy it. Really,
Appreciate that.
like
All
you
my
guys
bad
got.
takes and all.
Yeah, no, I actually enjoy it. I think it's pretty good.
You heard it here.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Rhetri gets
right.
around. He gets around on the media.
I do. All
Sure
right, man.
enough.
And this is your host, KY Bob. KY Bobby, like Bush likes to call me. You can find me on PlayStation, Xbox, Twitter. It's KY Bob everywhere. You can find me on the KY Bob YouTube channel, trying to wrangle in this band of misfits on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. British Standard Time. We will see you next week with a whole nother bunch of news. Everybody have a good weekend, be safe, and game on. And remember, the games matter here, not the platforms you enjoy them on. Good night, everybody.
Lubricated, medicated, constipated. That's it.